Hey everyone, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and I'm excited to show you a game I've been playing a lot of recently. This is Enchanters from Mythic Games. I think they partnered with another company, so a bit of a collaboration. This is sort of a drafting or tableau building card game for 1 to 4 players. And it was designed first and foremost as a competitive game, and I really enjoyed it in that way, but it also has a solo and co-op mode, and I'm going to show you the co-op specifically today. I think it's the most well-developed one. And I want to say a quick thank you to Mythic Games for sending me a review copy of this one. I'm going to do my usual thing, an overview of how the game is played, a full playthrough, and if you'd like to hear my thoughts on the solo and co-op gameplay, check the separate review video which should have posted the same day. And if you like the content here in the One Stop Co-op Shop, subscribe, like the video, check out our Patreon for cool perks like early access to our content. And don't forget, we also have a weekly podcast, a streaming channel with even more videos, and a Discord with an awesome community if you want to come and join the conversation. So let me first talk about how Enchanters is played competitively, and then I'll kind of add on the details of co-op play. So the most important part of the game is the journey track, where you'll have 6 cards. And to make the deck where these cards come from, you have tons of sets, especially if you got the kind of all-in version they sent me. And you can mix and match them or randomize them like I did, however you like. So here I've got the Bandit set, which is all focused on money and crystals. I've got the Ninja set, which adds these little shuriken markers that you can use for different effects. A lot of the sets will add like little minor rules. The Slime set, which adds this little slime icon, which will interact with other cards within the set. And finally, the Pirate set, which is pretty basic, just has a lot of powerful cards in it. And each set includes a mix of 3 different types of cards. You have items like the Mask and the Cloak and the Shuriken and the War Pick. And the other type of player cards are enchantments, like the of Preparation and of Jumping. You can note them because they have this little eyeball icon on the right, whereas items have an anvil on the left, and they all have of in their name, like these. And then finally, you have enemies in the deck as well, although as you can see, you make sure you don't start with any of those in your initial offer. And the basic idea of a player's turn is super simple. They just pick one of the cards they want from the journey track. They pay as many crystals as the number indicated underneath the space they want to go to, so further right is more expensive. And then if it's an item or an enchantment, it just goes in the relevant pile right here. And these piles are going to splay upwards, where you add cards, just not covering up the little lowest fraction of the card right here. And this is kind of the most significant part of the game, because first of all, many cards are going to give you one of the 2 key attributes in the game, which is attacking and defense. You'll need those to fight the enemies I mentioned. But note that sometimes these symbols will be on the bottom, which means even when you cover them up with a new card, you'll still have them, still have +1 attack, but sometimes they're on the top, which means once you get another item covering this up, that bonus will no longer apply. And you have the same thing in the abilities on cards, like this one gives you +3 attack and +3 defense against a slime enemy specifically. But once I get the Shuriken, suddenly that ability doesn't apply anymore. I can't use it, but now I have this new Shuriken ability. So like I said, it's kind of a mix of card drafting and tableau building, except your tableau is sort of altered and covered by other cards in your tableau. And you're going to have 2 columns here, plus a 3rd column for monsters, because sometimes monsters even give you bonuses or penalties when they're the topmost card of their pile. Now, if you journey to attack a monster, you still pay the crystal cost, but it's a little different. You must have enough attack to equal their life. You literally cannot attack them otherwise. Although in every game you're going to use a village card, you always use the Enchanters Guild in co-op play because it has 2 abilities that are very important. We'll get to those in a second. But basically every village also has a variation of this ability, which says pay 2 crystals to get +1 attack. And that ability says multi-action because unlike most abilities, you can use it more than once a turn. So for example, let's say I only had 2 attack and I needed 4. I could spend 4 crystals total to get +2 attack just for this round and be able to fight this enemy. Meanwhile, they will strike back with this claw stat. My shields will cancel that out 1 for 1. So like here, let's say I had 1 shield, 2 of her damage would get through, and those would be taken as wounds. Now in the competitive game, wounds are just negative victory points, whereas most enemies and some of the items and enchantments will give you victory points and you're just racing to have the most by the end of the game. But in the co-op game, wounds instead become your loss condition. If all the players combined reach or exceed this wound threshold based on your difficulty level, if I'm going to do normal, then you all lose. Now, the alternate option in the competitive game, if you don't want to journey or you don't have enough crystals to do so, usually when you're running out, is that you can instead take a rest action. And that's going to be anything that says use X. You can pick one option. The village card will generally give you at least one, but then some of the items and enchantments might give you one as well. And the basic ones in the co-op village are for rest, you can transfer one of your wounds to the boss. We'll get to them in a second. Or you can get 3 crystals back, a very common one because you need crystals to go to things on the journey track. But the other way the game can end spend in co-op besides the wound threshold is if the entire adventure deck runs out. And barring special powers, you're going to go through one card a turn, because when you rest, you get rid of the leftmost card. It goes to the graveyard, and everything always slides down and fills in whenever a card is taken or discarded. So those are all the basic rules for competitive play. It's a pretty straightforward game. But how co-op works is you all go against an overlord, and there are a ton of these. Now, I will say not every one of them can be used in co-op, but the vast majority can, and 4 of them are designed only for co-op, whereas the rest are designed for competitive play. They kind of give you another source of victory points and another threat to deal with, but they have little cards that can convert them to co-op play. In this case, I'm fighting Cerberus, the infernal dog god, lovely name there, and I have to defeat him to win before, again, the adventure deck runs out or we reach that wound threshold. And he has his own little wound spinner here. Our victory condition is to get him down to 0 life. And there's 2 main ways to do that. First of all, the village card, and this is why you have to use this one for co-op, says remove any top card from the game, and the arrow means that's the cost, misses the effect, to make the boss take damage equal to the victory value of the removed card. So this is a smart little touch they put in the game. Because victory points don't matter for actually winning the game, you can throw away any card once per turn that's on top of one of your decks. That could be the enchantment deck or the item deck or the enemy deck to deal as much as the victory point value of the card. Usually that's going to be enemies, like I wouldn't want to throw away my cloak and lose its 1 defense just to do 1 damage, but who knows, sometimes you can throw away other things. Now, the other way to damage the boss is to fight them directly. That's why you'll see the Overlord has a life and a damage stat just like a regular enemy. But how you fight the boss is going to vary from Overlord to Overlord. In Cerberus' case, he actually has a token, and it's going to kind of ride on cards as we take them from the journey track, and whenever he gets all the way to the village, he hurts us by stealing some cards from the adventure deck, basically accelerating the game and stealing our time away. But to fight him, you journey to the card that he's on, and first you have a battle with him, and then you get the card as normal afterwards. And every Overlord boss works basically the same when you fight them. If you fight them successfully, they lose 10 damage, so it's a great way to get them down there. But they also gain 1 of each reinforcement token, which means their attack value and their health value go up by 1 every time you successfully hit them. So it's going to get harder and harder to get that 10 damage, and you might eventually have to switch to doing the other victory points generation or kind of mix and match. And one final thing, and then we'll jump in and I can explain specifics as we go. You've got this kind of cooperative Overlord deck, and you're going to draw 1 card from this at the beginning of each round, and then every player will take a turn, draw another card at the beginning of the next round, and so forth. And these cards are going to show 1, 2, and 3 flames, and they'll group them up, so there's only ever 2 effects on the card, but like sometimes it'll be 1 by itself, and then 2 and 3 together, or sometimes they'll all have the same effect. And that's based on the current health value of the Overlord. You'll see as you get down, they go to nastier and nastier effects on the card, basically ramping them up as you get closer to defeating them. But enough talk, let's get into the game and see if we can defeat Cerberus and send him back to the underworld or wherever he came from. So in the Ultimate Edition, or whatever it's called, they have a bunch of like little modules you can mix and match in. One of them is called Classes and Banners. And basically, normally you would start with like nothing cards that just kind of are placeholders until you get cooler things. But these cards serve to differentiate the players a little bit right off the bat. So you get 2 of the class cards. In this case, this player has Assassins and Wanderers, and 2 banners, and you pick 1 of each. And they all have ongoing abilities at the bottom, so even as you get other cards on top in your little tab below, you're still going to have these abilities. So let's see, for my class, I've got of Assassins. Whenever I take any amount of damage, take a crystal. That's great. Or of Wanderers, when you journey at distance 3 or more, you only pay 3 crystals. I feel like with how often the boss attacks you, that's going to be more valuable, so let's get that one for my starting enchantment. Okay, then my banners, Olympian Banner, pay 1 crystal to get +1 defense, pretty good. Or Angelic Banner, another player heals 1 wound and +1 defense. Interesting, 2 ways to get defense. Now, by the way, a very simple rule of thumb for applying these like other player effects. Whenever it says another player, or it's something that would have like helped another player or hurt another player, it's instead applied to the boss. So here I would have to heal the boss to get +1 defense. So yeah, I think with Of Assassins giving me extra crystals, Olympian Banner makes more sense for the long run. And a fun little thing if you want to geek out, they have flavor text for every item and for every enchantment, and they go together into a full sentence. So here it says, it used to decorate an Olympian bedroom. Now it has an engraving of all your marked names so that you don't forget. They're not necessarily going to go together, but it can be sort of good for a bit of humor sometimes. All right, over to the other player. For banners, they've got a Dwarven Banner. Ooh, they can discard an enchantment of their own on purpose to get +3 temporary defense. Or the Medusa Banner. Every time they take an item from the journey track, they heal 1. Oh, man. I mean, healing is so good because taking too much damage makes you lose the game. So I'm going to go for that one. And then my enchantments of geishas. This one is a defensive one. I can discard this card to ignore a down arrow means an ability that happens when you take a card. And a lot of the best cards in the game, like dragons that give you tons of victory points, will have negative effects like that. So this is like a one-time defense against that. Or of Pearl Divers. This is from the Mermaid deck, which has this little pearl mechanic. And what this means is you get a little pearl token, which is like a free crystal every turn, but you can't spend it to go on the journey track. You can only spend it for other effects that cost crystals. And I won't read these too many more times, but let's see. Shedded Skin of a Medusa Queen that allows you to hold your breath for 1d6 minutes. Oh, they have a little D&D reference in there. Nice. So with our players set up, we are ready to go. And our first boss card, each player takes 2 damage or discards an item or an enchantment. Oh man, that have to be our starting ones? I mean, yeah, I like all the ones we started with, so I'm just going to take the damage for both of them. But with that, now we each get to take a card from the journey track. So to go through them briefly, the mask has a permanent attack, a temporary defense, a slime token, which again will interact with other things from the slime set, and gives you a huge bonus against slimes, but we don't have any yet. The cloak is a fun one. 1 permanent defense, 1 victory point, which usually won't matter because you won't want to throw it away. But every time you take an enchantment, you get 4 crystals for free. So like if the person who got the cloak then got the of preparation or of jumping, they'd be pretty rich. Of preparation gives you temporary attack and defense. You're going to cover it up pretty quickly. But it gives you a shuriken token. And again, all the ninja cards are going to interact with these tokens. And this one's really cool because it says after every time you rest, you get another shuriken token, which are usually pretty limited. Which, oh man, is going to combo great with the shuriken card that's to the right. I want to make sure the same player gets both of these. Because look, you get a shuriken when you take it. It's got a permanent attack. But shuriken will usually give you like an ongoing bonus. So here you can pay 1 to get +2 attack. And that ability will never get covered up because it's at the bottom, and this ability to get extra shuriken whenever you rest will never get covered up, so again, having both of those would be nice. The War Pick, 2 attack, but it is a slime. Oh, and it makes a player discard a card with slime. That would not be good if one of us got the mask first, so I guess we want to avoid the mask and try to get the War Pick before so that there is no mask to get rid of. And of jumping to straight up defense. Ooh, look, we got pay 1 for +1 defense. Might be better with the person who has the pearl since they can pay for it to every turn. Oh, and by the way, I got a crystal when I took the damage because of my of Assassin's ability. And yeah, I'm thinking this person will pay 1 to get the cloak. Again, we're going to skip the mask until we can get to that War Pick. So that'll give them 1 defense, and if they take an enchantment next, they'll get some extra money. And they have these nice little trackers, by the way, to keep track of your current attack and defense stats, make it a little easier. Like I said, everything always slides down to fill the gaps. No, now we got of gold. It's a temporary, very strong boost, so nice if you can keep it at the top of your pile. And then it says 1 victory point for every 5 crystals you have. Now, usually that's like an endgame scoring card in the game because you'll just build up crystals and try to get a bunch. But in this game, since you have to throw away the top card, these are usually less useful unless I can like keep it on top and get a ton of crystals and then ditch it to do some extra damage because whatever its current victory point value is how much damage it'll do to the boss if I trash it to hurt him. But yeah, I definitely think I'm going to have the second player do the of preparation and shuriken combo, so there's 1 to grab that. And they immediately get a shuriken token to use later. Oh, we've got our first enemy, a blue slime, making that mask with a bonus against slimes look better. Oh, they have +1 attack for each slime card you have, but then you get 2 crystals for each slime you have, and it's 3 victory points to throw at the boss, unless you want to keep it for the slime icon. So that's not too bad of one. If one of us can get the War Pick, and then the other one can get the mask, that guy should fall really easily. Okay, round 2, we're going to draw the boss card at the start again. And by the way, at the beginning of round 3, Cerberus is going to pop up on the rightmost card, and then he'll start creeping towards us. Oh, not again, really? Each player takes 2 wounds or discards an item or an enchantment? No, man, I like all my stuff, so I guess I'll take the wounds, and the one player will get a crystal for getting hurt. And yeah, I do want to grab that mask soon, so I'm going to have player 1 grab the War Pick. And all down arrow abilities are resolved before you put the card in your area or supply, so the War Pick could not target itself. I'll just discard nothing when I take it. Now, sadly, that does cover up my cloak's ability, so I won't be getting extra crystals, but I'm up to 2 attack and 1 defense, and I can pay to get more. Not too bad as a start. Now we got another enchantment of silence. We get a shuriken. You can pay a shuriken to get +2 defense. Oh, and that's an ongoing ability. Awesome. That's another one for my of preparation guy to get, along with the shuriken. Just have a ton of utility with those tokens. And speaking of him, he'll start that combo going by paying 1 to get the shuriken. It's going to get him a second token, and now he's got a way to spend them for extra attack. All right, shuriken of preparation. Good to go. Of ambidexterity. This enchantment is the exact copy of your top item. That could have a lot of interesting uses. Or we can just trash it to do 2 damage to the boss after we get it. But still, it's nice that the deck's being a little nice to me. This game can definitely be a bit swingy in terms of how many enemies come out early, but I'm getting the chance to kind of bulk up here. Although Cerberus is not going to nap anymore. Let's see. After a journey on the 0 space, it means the one that is free, you take 3 wounds. I guess I'm not going to try to do that this turn. And he is popping out. Here he goes. And by the way, he has a lot of stuff going on. But to summarize, wherever his token is, if you try to go to either card to the left or right, you take a wound. And these symbols are on all the overlords. What it means is when you rest, remember that makes a card on the leftmost space fall off the track. You resolve the effect based on whether it's a basic enemy or a dragon, which will be to move him closer to the village. And whenever he goes off the track, like I already said, you're going to lose 1 card from the top of the deck per person, and he goes back to the 2 space. And neither of us is strong enough to fight him yet, so oh well. Well, darn, I definitely wanted one of us to get the mask, but not if it costs 3 wounds. So I guess the first player will get of jumping for 1 crystal. Although, it is pretty redundant with him already having a way to pay 1 crystal for defense, but whatever. Gets us to 3 defense. That means everything moves down, including that angry dog. We have a bandit enemy. We get 3 crystals when we defeat him, and other players lose 1. Whenever it's an effect like that hurts other players, it instead hurts the boss. Bosses can get crystals, and if they get 5, it gives them a little level up where they have a stronger defense or attack, but he doesn't have any yet. Oh, darn, what do I want to do with the second player? I was going to get of silence to give them a full shuriken utility, but it'd be a wound and all their money. Well, yeah, okay, let's do it anyway. It might have been a bad call, though, because look, I'm covering up the attack and defense from of preparation, although I do get a defense back, so I would have said 1 and 1. But they have 3 shuriken and ways to get a ton of extra attack and defense, so I think they're probably okay. And let's not forget the wound from going next to the boss's token. And he's coming down. We have no way to fight him yet. Ooh, a crown. This one's great. You can trash it to hit the boss for 3 damage, but look, you can just discard it to get 7 crystals. I might just do that at some point. All right, another boss card. Hopefully he'll let us get that mask. This turn, all regular enemies deal double damage. I guess we might not be fighting any. All right, now that it's free, I am going to get the mask for my first player. He's going to kind of be the slime guy, maybe. That'll help him. Boom, and we're up to 3 attack and 4 defense. Nice, and that means he's a 6-7 against slimes. Man, I hope the slime dragon comes out. Let's crush him. That certainly means he'll easily defeat that blue slime. Oh, that would take a damage from the boss, but whatever. Another shuriken one. Wow, we're getting a lot of ninja ones. Of the fox, we get a shuriken. You can pay 1 for +1/+1, and it's a permanent attack bonus. Well, we'll look for our second player to get that at some point, but right now it's too expensive. In fact, speaking of expensive, my second player has no money at the moment. I think I'm going to rest. So I'll discard the leftmost card of gold and fill in with, yikes, there is a dragon. So dragons, of course, have the highest values and also often have negative effects. Like here, you lose all your gold, although you get some back. But they have a ton of victory points, so great way to hit the boss really hard. And the only resting options available at the moment, I can transfer 1 damage to the boss or take 3 crystals. Well, clearly I'll be doing that. Okay, and Overlord again. Pay a total of 1 crystal per player or trigger the effect of a dragon invasion. Oh, and dragon invasion would move the boss 2 towards the village, which means that he would get in and make us lose 2 cards in 2 turns, basically, of the game. So I guess we can each pay 1, so they'll both have 2 left. Or actually, wait a second. If this left guy who has such high stats spends 1 crystal to get to the boss and then 2 more to get +1 attack, he'll actually have enough to defeat him and send him back. So yeah, let's have the right player spend both the crystals, leave this guy with 3. And like I said, he'll spend 1. So he's going to the of ambidexterity space, but he does not get that yet. He has to resolve the boss fight first. Boss is currently 4 health and 6 attack. He has not been boosted yet. So I'll use the basic village action to pay 2 crystals to get +1 attack. That'll bring me temporarily from 3 to 4, enough to equal him. Remember, you need to always do that. But sadly, I have no crystals left to boost my defense. I only have 4, so he's going to get 2 wounds in on me. Though at least my of assassin ability gets me paid for that. But a few good things happen there. He goes down to 89 health. His token gets kicked all the way to the dragon on the right. Man, that would be a 1-2 punch of tough fights. And then finally, I actually do the ambidexterity journey I did. Which actually works out sort of well because it's a copy of the mask. So right now it's giving me +1 attack and +1 defense. So I'm actually at 4 and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 and 4. And I guess if I fought a slime right now, I'd be +6/+6. So I'd be 10/10. No slimes are that powerful. And let's see, we've got an of slime. You may give this card to another player, it just has 2 slime icons. That'll certainly be one that I'll just rest away, I think. Oh man, and speaking of resting, I forgot the thing that was key to my entire strategy. Every time I rest, I get another shuriken, so I have 4. And I'm going to need them because I'm going to pay 1 to get this bandit. He's got 2 defense, 3 attack. So if I use 1 token to get +2 attack and another to get +2 defense, I take no damage at all. And that gets me 3 crystals. Other players, just being the Overlord, would lose 1, but he doesn't have any. And then since this card does nothing for me, I'll remove him from the game using the Village's power to deal 1 damage to the Overlord, getting him down to 88. Alright, and they keep on coming down. Oh, a cannon. It's 1 attack, and you can pay 1 for +1 attack. By the way, I didn't mention this, but every ability that doesn't say multi-action, which right now only the village one for 2 money giving you +1 attack, can only be used once per turn. So it's not like I can pay 5 crystals to get +5 attack. It would just be a one-time usage. Or I can discard it for +6 attack, just like take down something huge like a dragon or a boosted boss. Oh, and speaking of boosting the boss, just to remind you, every time I defeat him, I'm going to add 1 health and 1 attack, so now he's a 5/7. And alright, each player whose attack plus defense is less than 4 takes 3 wounds. So he's an 8, he's fine. But oof, only a 2 here, that's 3 more wounds, yikes. Well, you know what? I forgot all about my Medusa banner, that whenever I take an item, I heal 1. I've only taken the shuriken so far, but if I take another one, I'll heal again, so I should try to do that. Alright, meanwhile, first player is definitely going to take on the slime here. He's got 4/4 to start, and 7/7, 10/10. The slime is +1 attack for each slime icon he has, so he would be a 3/4, but clearly not enough. Ooh, and then he gets 2 crystals for each slime token. Mask plus War Pick, that is 4 crystals. Thank you so much. And although it seems like sometimes slime icons help you, I'm just going to throw this guy away to do 3 more damage to the boss. Alright. Oh, and I forgot to put another optional module, events, in the deck. You can add 3 of them. They get resolved immediately, then you draw another card. Attached to the farthest basic enemy. All journey costs are paid by taking damage instead of paying crystals. Oh, wait, but I'm lucky. There are no basic enemies. There's only a dragon, which has a different icon. So, get out of here. Okay, and then we have another slime. He's +1 for each slime icon. Okay, so they get boosted by having slime. But with the mask on top, that guy's going to crush him every time. Ooh, and then you heal 1 for each slime token you have? Man, I should have kept the other slime. I'll have to remember that. Right, let's see. For the first player, if I take the crown, it would cover up my mask, make me weaker against slimes. It's not really doing much except getting me money. Of the fox is clearly going to be better for the other player. He needs the stat boost more and has the shuriken. And neither of us can take on the gold dragon, although my one guy is close. Oh, but he'd have to fight the boss too and pay 2 crystals? Oh my gosh. Ooh, well here, I've got an idea. He can grab the crown, because later he can discard it to get 7 crystals. That'll uncover his mask again for more bonuses, and then he'll have a ton of crystals to spend on his defense boosting abilities and to get extra attack. He might be able to hit the boss and the dragon in one go, which would be awesome. So, yes, let's get that, and I guess he won't spend it immediately. And with that, I'm pretty sure the other guy's going to get of the fox and just hurt himself more, darn it. Oh, but there's a nice enemy for him to kill, a ninja, and he'll give him 1 more shuriken when he's defeated. But yeah, for now, he'll take of the fox, take another wound. The guy who should be taking wounds and getting paid for it is not the one doing it. So again, that gets me a shuriken. I can pay a shuriken to get 1 defense and 1 attack, and that'll be a permanent thing at the bottom. The reason you have this twice is because you could do it twice. Remember, each ability can be used once per turn. While it's on top, once it's covered up, you can only use it once per turn. So of silence is covered. I'm up to 2 attack. That's better. And I'm back to 3 shuriken. And the boss is right in our face, but I got something for you, buddy. Oh man, the dragons are coming out early. Shadow Dragon, 7/7. Oh no! While this is on the journey track, players cannot spend shuriken. Oh, that is annoying. Let's see what other annoyances we have. Oh, now each player is... come on, what are you doing to me? Each player's attack and defense is less than 4. It takes 3 damage. It's going to hit the other guy again. And there's another optional kind of modular rule, but I enjoy it. Whenever you get 10 wounds, you discard them, and you draw the top card of this wound deck, which counts as 10 wounds still, so I still have 11, which brings us closer to losing the game. But it also gives us an ongoing negative ability. Oh, I can't take enchantments! Oh my gosh! No, it's worth 2 victory points, but you can't throw these away, obviously. In the competitive game, you kind of get a little reward for getting hurt a lot. It takes away some of the sting of negative 10 victory points. In cooperative, not so much. Thankfully, I have a ton of good enchantments. I just got to really make sure this guy gets all of the strong items we can find. And it'll heal him, so dull reason to do it, because if I get below 10 wounds, that'll go away and I'll go back to just having tokens. But you know what? Time for some revenge. Our first guy is going against Gold Dragon and Boss. We do the Boss first, who is currently a 5/7. Sorry, you can't quite see him. 5/7 with the tokens. So first I'm going to throw away the crown to get 7 crystals. And by the way, I didn't say this, but greens are 1 and blues are 3, if you were wondering. That brings me back to my 4/4. Boss is 5/7, so I need 2 crystals from the village ability to get to 5 attack. And then I've got 2 different abilities to pay 1 crystal to block 1. So I'll spend 2 crystals. That means only 1 attack gets through. And then that means I get 1 crystal back from my whenever I get wounded, take a crystal ability. Oh, I love it. Although, wait, I forgot that the dragon was about to steal all my crystals. But let's still go for him. We also need to pay 2 to get through his armor. Oh, but oh no, we can't use defense abilities more than once per turn. I'm getting hurt. So, wow, that is 4 attack. I should have thought of this better. So he's also getting a wound card, and we were at 22 wounds out of 40. We are close to losing. Let's see, he's got impaired vision. You cannot fight monsters with attack less than 3. Well, that's pretty rare, and the other guy can handle him, so that won't be too bad. But what is kind of bad is that I lose all my crystals. I have 7 of them, and I only get 3 crystals back, so blah, blah, blah. But I'll trash this guy to do 9 damage to the boss. And don't forget, I also beat the boss, so that's another 10, so he's down to 66. Uh-oh, we are in double flame, worse event territory, though. Okay, and he runs back, of course, to the other dragon. They're just all chummy friends, I guess. And are you kidding me? We got the brown dragon? Oh, but with his mask on top, he can easily defeat the dragon. Oh, but discard 2 cards with slime, so he would lose his mask and his war pick. Oh my gosh, that would like totally nerf me to nothingness. Oh gosh, maybe he'll get the of slime just to have something else to throw away. But for now, let's have the second player spend 1 crystal. Get the item, since he can't get enchantments anyway. You can get him to 3 attack, he can discard it for a whole bunch more, and he heals 1 wound, so 1 more from picking up an item, and he'll be back to fighting strength. And I think we're almost out of dragons. Another ninja, that's fine. Although the shadow dragon stopping us from using those tokens is super frustrating. Oh, now we're going down here. All enemies this turn have +4 health. But after you defeat an enemy, Overlord takes 2. But yeah, I just think we're not going to fight this turn. Unless, I guess my one guy can fight the red slime with his infinite bonuses. That wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, that's definitely what's happening. He's got the 3 crystals the boss gave him, so he's got 2 left. So let's see, this guy's +1 for each slime, so he's at 5. The Overlord event gave him 4 more, so he's at 9. But I am at 4 +3 for it copying 10, so good try, buddy. I'm going to heal 1 for each thing. Oh, cool. I'll lose my wound card for at least a second. So yeah, 1, 2, so I go down to 9 wounds. Misses discarded. And because I hurt a boosted enemy, the boss goes down to... Oh, and interesting. If I hold on to the slime and then I kill the brown dragon, this is a slime card I can discard. So I think I'm going to do that. I definitely think I'm going to do that. Ooh, boots. 2 defense? Wow. Let's see. I guess he could attack the ninja. He's definitely got enough attack, but... man, I can't use my shuriken. I've been so dumb. I gave that guy all the cards that pay crystals, and this guy none, which means I haven't been able to use his pearl even once. Stupid Mike. Oh, the cannon gives me pay 1 for 1 attack, but I don't need it because I have enough attack to take on the ninja. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? No, I do not have enough to take on the ninja. I forgot that he's boosted by +4 this turn. So even though the other guy was thinking about getting the of slime card, I think I'm going to rest and trash it. When I rest, I get a shuriken. And I could transfer 1 wound to the boss and get rid of this. Or get 3 crystals. I think I need to take the crystals. Let's see what came out. Ooh, a smoke bomb. Another good one for the right player, even while they can't take enchantments. I love it. First, let's see what the boss has. The enemies are back to normal. Oh, we gotta pay 2 crystals again, or trigger the effect of a dragon invasion, which would move the boss 2, and would hurt us, and he'd just pop right back to the 2 spot is where he goes. Alright, well, I think I might have the one guy attack the dragon, so let's have the right player discard them both and go back down to 3. And yeah, even though it's going to have Cerberus hit him for 1, I think I'll attack the brown dragon with this guy with both gems. So he does take a wound, go back up to a wound card, although it gives him a crystal. Now let's see, you cannot use attack and defense from the top section of your enchantment card. Which means, since there's a copy of this one, I wouldn't count as having that defense right now. Okay, then I have to actually fight the brown dragon, but I still have the mask being copied, so I'm still like, 10-10 or 10-9 or whatever, so I easily kill him. But I have to discard 2 cards with slime. I'll get rid of the red slime, it would have been worth 3 damage, and I'll get rid of the mask, I think. So now I'm down to 2 defense, but this is copying the war pick now, so I'm up to... Oh, I'm just still at 4 attack, which is fine. But the nice part is that we can do 11 damage to the boss when I trash this. So we're just about halfway there, but it's only going to get tougher. And then boop, boop, boop. Of Stench. Is that like the Bog of Eternal Stench? Ooh, 1 victory point for each slime. Well, I think I'd rather have it for the +1/+1. And for the second player, I think I just have to go after the ninja and take another wound. So 2 attack I've got easily, but again, I can't use my shuriken until that shadow dragon is gone. I think I might just rest him away. So I'm just going to have to tank the 2 damage because I only have 1 defense. So there we go. But I get another shuriken, and I'll throw him away to get 2 more damage on the boss. He's at 51. Yeah, honestly, even though it's going to be terrible, I think I am going to have to let this dragon fall off and have one of them rest this turn. All right, let's see. Each player is attacked by the boss or lets the boss heal 5 damage. So when an effect uses that word attack, it means you just suffer their like blue value, but you can't hit them back or do anything to them. Yeah, the boss has 8 attack right now, and I've got 2 defense. And this guy still can't use his shuriken, so we're going to let the boss heal 10 life. No! We're just going backwards. Alright, and our first player I think is going to be the one to rest. And he'll get the 3 crystals. Let's see, when a dragon goes off, the guy moves 2 towards the village, but he's already moving in himself. So the dragon is gone, which is a bummer because that's one of the main ways to get victory points. After this trash, 2 cards. Oh no, another dragon! Oh my gosh, this is going to be hard, y'all. You know, it says he goes on the 2 spot. Before it said he went on the 5 spot. I bet it's after you refill so that you get a little bit of a reprieve. Maybe it's not, but I'm just going to say it is anyway because I don't want to die. But the best thing is the Shadow Dragon is gone, so player 2 is actually useful again. I'm going to have him attack the ninja right in front of him. He gets a shuriken from it. He can spend a shuriken to get +2 defense, so he takes no damage, and he gets it right back. So we just get rid of this guy and deal 2 damage to the boss. And they're all coming down. What the heck? We got 3 green slimes in a row? So they're all boosted for how much slimes you have, and they're each worth 3 victory points. So, I mean, it'd be pretty easy to just throw them all away. And I guess the Stench would combo for some victory points, but I don't know if we need that. Okay, new boss deck. Oh, this one's not bad. So you shuffle the AI deck, except for this card. This stays in the discard pile. And banner and class card abilities don't work this turn. So the one guy won't get crystals from being hurt. The other person won't heal from getting items, that kind of stuff. And let's see. I think the ninja player will have enough shuriken to attack the boss. So let's have the first player get the boots and take a damage. So it covers up the war pick, which means now this is a copy of that. Oh, you know, I just realized. If this was a copy of them, it would have also copied their slime icon. So I guess all those times they got slime effects, I would have gotten an extra one. Well, I won't worry about all the implications of that. So I've only got 2 attack now, but I've got 2, 3, 4, 6 defense. That's cool if I get an enemy that's trying to hit really hard. When I take 2 for each slime, it does not count itself, though. So that would be 1, 2, because it was copying the war pick, so I'll get 4 crystals. Yay, rich again! Alright, and this should be nice. If I can defeat the dog, I'll send him back and get the smoke bombs, which I wanted anyway. So let's see, at the moment the boss is double boosted, he's a 6-8. So I need to get 6 attack first. So I can use my Pearl for the first time ever to get my cannon for free, so that gives me to 4 attack. And then this one I can use twice to get +2 attack and +2 defense. So that's 6 attack, gets me to 3 defense. Let's get to 5 defense. And that way I'm only taking 3 wounds. I think it's the best I can do. So I'm at 16 wounds. The other guy's at 11. That's 27 out of 40. Not great. But it does bring the boss down to 49. Of course, now he's a 7-9 monster. And like I said, I'm going to take it a little bit easier on myself. I think I'm going to say that he goes to the 5 space, like after the... Oh, we got an event. Forge tax. Attached to the farthest item. When taking any item, players lose 3 money. What? Oh man, there is one, and it's really far back, and the guy's on it. That is annoying. Oh no, that's right. I was going to put him on here. Got a cannoneer. He's got a lot of defense, unfortunately. But we got a smoke bomb, another way to get attack and defense, a free defense, and another shuriken. I'll take it. I don't get to heal one because, remember, class and banner powers are not active this round. And this time, journey costs are paid by taking wounds instead of paying gems. And once again, banner and class ability cards don't work. Well, you know what? That's actually okay. I'm going to have the first player get the Stench. That'll be 0 money, so 0 wounds. This one's a bit interesting. So it's going to cover ambidexterity, so I don't get to copy that anymore. So I just have... I go up to 3 attack and down to 5 defense. But I've now got 1, 2, 3 slimes, so I could discard this to damage the boss for 3. If I get a few of those green slimes or other guys, I can make it like 4 or 5 damage, so that's not bad. And oh, the captain. 8 defense? But 5 victory points, and then while I hold her before getting rid of her, after defeating any enemy, I take 1 crystal. Interesting. But the second player is going to attack the green slime. He's 1-1, but is boosted by each slime you have, which is none for the second player, so... And I'll just throw him away to do 3 damage. I don't want to hold on to these. Boss is at 46. Come on, we're making it happen. And there's a pirate. Not too tough. Take 2 crystals and then steal 1 from another player. In the co-op game, you just steal 1 from the boss, or if they don't have any, you get 1 from the banks. You don't have to hurt your fellow players. Okay. Oh! For the 4 bosses that are specifically designed for co-op, they have some unique cards. Put the Cerberus token on a card at 0 range. Come on! I just worked hard to get you out of here. So, can the first player defeat him? Let's see, we've got 5 defense, 3 attack, he's got 7. Wow, we would need 8 money. I've got 8 money. So I'd have no money left for anything else. Like, I can't boost my defense, but I'd only take 4 wounds. I guess it's worth it. Let's see, I'm fighting him. I need 4 more attack. 3, 6, 7, 8. There's no other way for me to get attack, right? No. So I barely equal his attack stat. He's got 9 attack, and yeah, I've got 5 defense. No money left to boost it, so I take 4 damage. My abilities are active this turn, so I do get a crystal. Oh, but then wait, I can't kill the green slime, can I? Yeah, I don't think I have enough money. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait a second. The sleepwalking takes away... Ah, my... Okay, hold on. This whole thing would not have worked. Darn it! At least I get all my money back. I forgot that the top effect does not work for me while I'm sleepwalking. So You know, for this one, let's actually throw away of Stench and attack the boss for 3, my current slime count. And that gets me back to, what is it, only 2 attack, but a lot of defense. And then here, I want more attack, so I'm going to actually spend 2 crystals to get the Naginata, and then I gotta pay 3 more because of the forge tax, but at least it goes away. So what does that get us to? Got 4 defense, 3, 4, 5 attack. We can't copy the top part because of the sleepwalking. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. We can definitely hurt the boss more easily, but I don't know about surviving his response attack unless I get a lot more money. That out of the gate messed up everything. Okay, another ninja, that's fine. My right player can definitely get the green slime pretty easily. Well, I guess they could maybe take on Cerberus too? Oh wait, no, that's right. I don't have the cannon to discard. It's not on top. To get to 7 attack, jeez. I can use my pearl to get to 4, 2 money to get to 5, and then 2 of these to get +2 attack, +2 defense. Another 2 defense from the last one. So that'd be 6 defense. I only take 3 wounds. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to be out of Shuriken, but at least helped. So yeah, we're switching who's doing the work here for a second. Let's remember the boss is 7, 9. So free crystal to use the cannons to get me to 4. Spend 2 crystals to get to 5. 6, 7. And then +2 defense, +3, +4. So we're at 6 defense, 3 wounds getting through. Ouch. We get him down to 33. Then of course I kill the slime, no problem. So down to 30 if I throw him away. Wow. But now this guy is out of Shuriken, which is their entire thing. And they've got almost 20 wounds, almost a second wound card. But we're still hanging on. There's a were-fox, and there's a boss on him. Okay, now don't teleport again, you jerk. Players can't transfer or heal life this turn. Oh man, add a random reinforcement token to the boss. It means he boosts his attack or defense. And it's an attack, so, oh my gosh, he does 11 damage now. Alright, but first player will kill the green slime, because it is boosted to 3-3, but I have 5-4, and I'll throw it away to do 3 damage. Down to 27, come on! Double action means you can use it twice. Oh, you can take away a defense to add an attack. I don't know if taking away defense is what we need right now. Alright, sadly, 5 and 8. Yeah, there's no way without Shuriken that I can take on either of those guys, so she's going to rest. Means the cannoneer falls off, which moves the boss 1 space towards our base. Yikes. But that does get me a Shuriken, and 3 money, all of which should be helpful. And what's the new item that came out? Lockpick. When your turn begins, steal 1 crystal for another player. And when you can't steal it from the boss, you just steal it from the bank. Right, each player loses 1 crystal. Any player with 8 or more crystals loses half, which neither of us have. We just lose 1 each. Well, that is interesting. I actually, the first guy can't defeat the captain. Could defeat the pirate, but would take a wound, and it's not worth that much anyway. So I think the first player is going to rest, get rid of the captain, move the Cerberus here, get him off the people I actually want to attack. I know we got a scimitar, pay 1 for +3 attack. That's not bad. And first player will take 3 money from that. And now second one, to avoid the wounds and try to get ready to maybe fight the boss again, is going to spend 2 crystals to attack the were-fox. And he can use his pearl to get +1 attack, and his 1 shuriken to get +2 defense. If it doesn't take any damage, he gets 2 shuriken in response, and also 4 damage to the boss. That was a nice trade-off. He's down to 23. We are so close. All right, a lot of cool items coming down. Oh, of the rat, yeah. Of course, items won't get us victory points. After taking an enemy, take 1 crystal. That's not too bad. Ah, what? We each lose 1 crystal again? No, the 1 player is out. I don't know if that bodes well for fighting the boss this turn. You know what? I want the second player to attack that ninja, so you can, as a minor action, once per turn, pass a crystal to somebody else. I haven't done that before, but we'll do it now. What the heck does the first player go for? I guess he could spend to get, like, the lockpick for more crystals, but it's just, like, kind of a wasted turn. The of rubber would get him a bit more defense at the cost of some attack, but I guess that might be worth it. So it'll cost 2 of his 3 crystals. And before we do that, I just realized Elf Ambient Dexterity does nothing once it's covered. I'm going to throw this away as my 1 per turn to do 2 damage to the boss, get him to 21. Okay, now this is up. Remember, my Sleepwalking ignores the top one. So I'm up to 5 defense and 4 attack, but up to twice per turn I can change defense to attack, so I have more flexibility there. Alright, coming down. Bandit. Not many victory points. I'm running out of cards here. Alright, the second player, even though it's going to wound him, he's going to go after the ninja, take a wound from being next to the pirate. Which is, oh my gosh, another wound card. So we're at 31 wounds, 40 makes us lose on normal difficulty. You cannot journey for the 5th or 6th card. You know, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I don't have enough money to do that anyway. Now, towards the actual ninja, I have enough attack. I'll either take 1 wound or spend a shuriken, but I want to save those for the boss, so I'll take it. And then I'll discard him, do 2 more damage to the boss. He's at 19. Oh, there's another were-fox. Great one for him to kill. Good, good, good. Oh, all monsters have +4 health this turn, but deal 2 damage to the boss. We're going to have to do some resting, unfortunately. So yeah, first player certainly can't kill the pirate. I guess he could go for the lockpick, but whatever. Let's just, we'll rest. So he goes in, the pirate goes in. We're going to have him pop up on the card. It'll be on second. Again, I might be cheating, giving myself one extra turn of reprieve, but so it goes. And we have to lose 2 more cards. Neither of them... Oh, there was an event. That's fine. I could pass 1 wound to him, but I think I need the crystals to actually beat him. My other character could rest, but I think I'll get the lockpicks. Because remember, he heals 1 whenever he gets an item, and it's going to give him 1 crystal every turn, so that'll be helpful. Oh man, again, I don't know if I can fight anybody now. I mean, yeah, all these guys are too powerful now for me to fight, but if I rest twice, I'm going to lose 2 more cards from the deck. All right, let's have the first guy get a scimitar and take a wound. Oh well. Since I'm covering the Naginata, I'm actually not going to gain any attack, but now I can spend a crystal for 3 attack. That'll certainly help. All right, they're all coming down. Of alchemy. That's just money, which, by the way, is what the other guy's getting. Oh, wait, but he either has to rest or fight the bandit at 6 life. All right, whatever. We're going to fight the bandit. I don't want this guy to fall off the track. So we take a wound from going past the boss. He's 6 life. I can use my pearl to pay to get +1. I can use this to go up to 6. And I will take 1 more wound. But I get 3 crystals, I can trash him for 1, and because of the special effect of the turn, I do 2 more to the boss. He's down to 16. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm at 34 wounds. Like, even attacking the boss is very likely to straight up kill me. But these all slide down. Man, I can get that werefox with the guy. Ooh, and a blue slime. That shouldn't be too bad. Baddest dog. If the Cerberus token is on an enemy... No, he's not. Players take 3, otherwise he heals 3. No! Now he's back to 19. Oh my gosh. All right, so the first guy can get all the way to the Cannoneer for 3. We need 5 attack. And we only have 4, but I can trade defense for attack, and this guy only does 2 damage, so I'll just beat him straight up. I could keep it for another way to get attack, but I don't need that, so I'm just going to throw him away for 3 again. So we got him back to 16. All right, and these come down. There we go. And I think I'm going to skip past the boss again, pay 1, get the werefox. And that's going to hurt me again. We're at 35. Oh my gosh. But we should be able to... Let's see, I can get, for my crystal, +1 attack, get me to 4, and for this, +2 defense, so take no damage and end up with 1 extra shuriken from where I started, and do 4 more damage to the boss. He's at 12, Man, if I can just get, 1 good attack on him without dying and hit a couple more enemies, or maybe just kill enemies, but I don't know if there's enough left. Let's see, Queen of Thieves just came out, but yeah, she's not going to be worth very much, darn it. Alright, these are so close. Oh, he just moves to the 0 space, haha, he's already there. That was the best card ever. Okay, man, I don't know what to do. I'm going to rest and send a wound from my first player back to Cerberus, bring him down to 11. But that will get rid of this. And he goes there, and we lose 2 of these. Please don't beat monsters that could have hurt him. 1 and 1. I mean, they would have got me money, but that's okay. That's okay. And we got a Shadow Dancer. 7 victory points. Ooh, okay. If I can, kill her and, a few other people, come on. And then this player's definitely going to get the grappling hook. Oh, and I've been forgetting to take money. This is great. I'm going to heal 1 from taking an item, and it's going to get me another shuriken. I think that they'll be able to fight the boss successfully, maybe. Well, we're certainly going to have to see because we are out of time. Okay, all regular enemies gain attack all players. So if you fight them, everyone has to deal with their attack. Okay, if I can just take him out with the main guy, I win. I think I can do it. I think I have enough stuff to do it. So first guy's actually going to rest. He's going to send his 1 crystal as a minor action to the other player. Going to get rid of this. And the main thing is he's sending 1 damage to the boss, so he's at 10. Which means if we can beat him and not be dead ourselves, we win. We've got 10 wounds here, and we're down to 22 here. So that is 32 wounds. So we can take 8. We got to be able to do this. All right, so here we go. Play that final Ninja Showdown music from Naruto, whatever you like. 8-11. Okay, so I'm actually going to move the tokens this time since this is the end. So I can use my Pearl to get +1 attack from the cannon. I'm going to do +1, +1, +1, so that gets us to 6-4. We need 7 attack. I can spend 2 crystals to get another +1 attack. So it'll get us to 7, so that's all we need. Now we just need to survive. +2 defense, is that all I can do? But that's 5 damage. So that is 27, 37 wounds. We have 3 left, although if we were not on normal difficulty, we would have died a billion years ago. But yes, Cerberus is taken down to 0, and I guess we would have had a blue slime to kill if I could have to get him the last little bit of the way. But boom, there we go. A win in Enchanters co-op mode. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, click on my review video that just popped up if you want to hear my thoughts on co-op and solo. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.